You're still on the Power 30, and now we've got Machine Head. If you guys are ready, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they're ready, and you are going to do the second track from Burn My Eyes CD. It's called Old.
Yes.
Take it away, guys. That was Machine Head, and we'll be back with an interview with you guys in just a couple of minutes. Tattoo on your back. I want to tell everyone where you're from.
Oakland. Oakland.
There's no mistaking that. What's the scene like in Oakland for heavy music? Is it good?
There's a few bands, you know. Oakland's predominantly black, so mostly like R&B and hip hop comes out of there.
Right. So how do you guys fit in? Where do you fit in? There are clubs where
Love.
do the clubs that also show rap acts show? You know, do you play in the same clubs?
Kind of, yeah. It happens like Berkeley Square and stuff like that. That goes on. They'll have like hip hop shows. It's mainly like a rock club though.
Yeah.
APG plays a lot with metal bands and punk bands.
Yeah.
APG crew, they're cool.
So one of your videos that we have, Davidian, we have to set it up, which means we got to say this band has an anti-racist, you know, a positive message happening. But obviously there's a lot of anger, you know, that you're expressing. Where does that come from within you guys?
You know, it comes from any number of places. Just things that we've been through, things that, you know, we've all seen, things that friends of ours have gone through.
How did you guys grow up? Did you grow up in a sort of rough part of town, or?
I've been in the rough part of pretty much every town I lived in, so I grew up around the Bay Area. There's lots of hard areas, but it's not all like that.
Yeah.
You got to just know the area.
We're not all about anger though. You know, we're about, you know, changing things too, and hopefully enlightening some people, because I think, you know, education's the key and ignorance is the lock.
Still, well, that's a great message, but when people see those videos, some critics will say, well, regardless of whether you have a positive message, you're still, you know, being so angry or showing it, you in a way are glorifying it. What do you say to that?
I mean, on the other hand, too, I mean, it's ourselves expressing it, you know, how we feel, you know, and if we're a little more angry than most, then so be it. But music is a way for us to, you know, like cleanse ourselves, you know, so, I mean, that's in there, too. Hey, anger's a part of everyday life.
Sure. Totally natural emotion that we all have is totally natural, so we're going to criticize it, you know.
Yeah.
It's what's real, you know, for us.
Yeah. The U.S. is particularly angry. I mean, I was just in Australia, and we had one cab driver, and he goes, you carry an AK-47? I'm from Canada, first of all, which is fine, but it's not still quite as bad as the States. And Australia, they seem to think that it's really ultra-violent. Do you guys consider your country fairly violent?
Well, 200 million handguns on the street unregistered is pretty violent, but I mean, there are great parts of the United States. Yeah, 200 million handguns.
A lot.
But
that's the unregistered ones.
That's the
you
unregistered.
Can buy them too.
Yeah.
Illegally.
Yeah.
So
and make them count.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been to a lot of angry places though around the planet where it's just as angry and people are occupied, like in Belfast, and you know, there's soldiers walking the street and you know, 575-pound bombs going off in front of the theater that we played at. Just like 4 months or 6 months before we played there. So I mean, there's anger everywhere on this planet, and we're not trying to glorify it in any way. We're just trying to express it, you know, it's in us.
Actually, when we were in Australia, the people that we met that were into heavy music, they all knew who you were, and they were into you. Did you know you're quite popular there?
Well, we're going there pretty quick here, and in June we're going to do a headlining tour over there.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get a good response because we said, who do you listen to? And one of the bands they always mentioned was Machine Head.
Cool.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of things. Oh, yeah, mosh pit violence. Have you had any serious incidents at your shows?
Well, we haven't. We've got a director of security on tour with us that has a different approach towards the kids than your usual security team does, and he has a talk with all the local security every day that we were playing a gig, and he lets them know, you know, these kids are here, they're our guests, and they should to be treated as such. You know,
Yeah.
Nobody gets kicked out. If there's a problem with one of the kids, they'll pull them aside and talk to them, and say, look, man, you can't be kicking people in the head, or you can't be fighting people. You know, if you keep it up, we're gonna have to throw you out. But I mean, you know, we're watching you, and they'll throw them back in, and those kids don't
respect it.
Yeah, they respect it.
And I think a big part of it is like the hands-off policy that the security has. It's like no headlocks, no arm bars, because when kids know they're going to go over that barrier and get kicked out, they get more agitated, and they start to kick and pull hair and when they're on top surfing, you know, if they know they're going to come over and they're going to get helped over and they're going to get a pat on the back and that was a good one, guy, and then we can vibe off the crowd better. And then, I mean, 4 kids went through the security last night. I mean, through the first aid.
Yeah.
4 kids, you know, and Jerry, the guy who's doing the security, has never lost a kid like a life in 14 years of security. You know,
4 kids for 5,000 people at a Slayer
Yeah,
concert
that's
is a
pretty good.
very good quota. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
it's like because the way he makes the security not the enemy to the kids.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just for this particular tour that it's working out really good. You know,
Right.
because he's hella doing it good.
Right. No kids should have to go through it at all.
They didn't pay $20 to come get beat up by the security. They paid
No.
$20 to have a good time.
Yeah.
And even though they shouldn't have to go through that, it's like that usually, because the security all over the world is like that. They're like police, and they think that that's their job, to beat the kids down and throw them out.
Well,
This is definitely changing things, and we're damn glad to be a part of it.
right. There's some people out here too that they come down to see you. Can you guys hear us? How you doing? There's a lot of people out there. There's a little girl out there. What's her?
her name's Tangerine.
Tangerine?
Yeah,
That's your name, honey?
We met her earlier.
Yeah. Wow. Is she here with her mom or her dad? That's got to be her dad.
I think they started slamming out on the street there.
Oh, boy, Tangerine's
That's-
getting an
those kids-
education.
Those people and those kids out there is what it's all about to us. You know, we're gonna definitely right after this head out there and like touch and feel and meet the kids. You know, 'cause it's like it's what it's
In
all
a good way. He means this in a good way. I just saw a guy.
very well, do she?
Well, I just saw a guy give you a weird look. All right. Well, listen. That's it. We're gonna play your video at the video. And you want to tell us what it's about exactly?
It's about going nuts at a Machine Head show. That's what it's
Chipping
about.
thrash.
Coming out with broken noses.
What were we just talking about?
No,
That's
see, if you
against
go
it.
if you go in the pit and you have a rough night, if you, yeah,
Broken nose in a positive way.
if you go in the pit and you slam and you get a knock on the head, then that's positive. It's not a fist fight. You know.
We all came out of many pits, coming out with broken noses, lumps on our hand. Those are our badges.
It's a bit of a code of
Those are
honor, a
badges.
badge of honor.
Yeah.
Okay, Machine Head, they play with Slayer and Biohazard tomorrow here in Toronto at the Coliseum, and this is Davidian. Thank you very much, especially for your performance.
Yeah, thank you very much.